All right, I'm back. We got some Aslan brewing, and this one's called Yakima Select. I absolutely love the traditional label on this one. Not only that, it has the name of my city on the front, and it's a Pilsner. Also, I like on the top how they put cold as the Cascades instead of cold as the Rockies. So multiple facets of this beer going on. You know, Coors Light has the cold as the Rockies and all that BS. But Aslan put cold as the Cascades. The Cascade Mountain Range is running right through Washington State here. So Yakima Select, cold as the Cascades, a Washington State Pilsner with a nice elk on the front. Very classic. I love it. On the backside, Washington Pilsner, 4.8% from Aslan Brewing Co. in Bellingham, Washington. So there's a little bit of that info for you right there. And not much else to be had. So let's crack it and let's drink it. Cheers. That is super crushable. I could hand one of these to my dad and shouldn't even skip a beat. He should be able to pick this shit right up and just start drinking it without even no worries, no faces, no snickering, no BS. It's just a very crisp, enjoyable Pilsner. Does have a little bit more flavor than, you know, something super light like, you know, Bud Light, Coors Light, whatever. Does have a little bit more going on there. It has a little bit more malt character, and the hops are definitely a little bit more spicy floral, but still very drinkable, crushable, cold and refreshing. Very, very nice lager. All right, let's get into it. Today we're going to be using Strike Gold Shave, baby, and this one is Tippecanoe. And this is actually in their brand new soap base. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that as well. You can see the ingredients kind of wrap around the outside of the label. We're back to the kind of squatty jars, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Stearic acid, tallow, goat's milk water, shea butter, kokum butter, potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, fragrance, castor oil, dragon fruit extract, chamomile extract, glycerin, and tussa silk. Still got some very, very notable ingredients in there. 5 ounces of soap in this jar for $22. So they actually dialed it back. They dialed the price per ounce back from their last soap base. And I think that's very socially conscious during this time where we're a little bit tighter on money because of the current economy and all that. So 2 thumbs up from Strike Gold Shave. I don't know if this base has a nickname or not, but I'm going to call it their timely budget base, because it's not something that they had to do, but it's something that they did because they care about their customers. So I love it, and they are setting a great example in this wet shaving community. Absolutely love it. We got a firm soap base, but not so firm you can't easily squish into it. Simplistic side label. It doesn't wrap around the whole side or anything like that. Simplistic, but still there, so if you do stack them or whatever, you can see which soap it is. Very nice, subtle ways of dialing back that price. I like it. I see it. I see what you're doing, and I like it. I appreciate it. All right, we got the lather already whipped up in our Lancaster Razorworks shave bowl, and I hope to goodness that lighting is showing that lather, because it looks absolutely gorgeous. Almost like you can't even see the bubbles, because it's almost like one complete thick, rich, creamy lather, and it has a nice sheen to it. There is that beautiful Lancaster Razorworks shave bowl. If you missed it, I also soaked my brush in the Lancaster Razorworks Scuttle, the bougie brush bath, as I call it. Right here we got our Viking soaps and cosmetics brush, and this one is in red and black Ebonite with a Odin's beard badger knot on top. This particular batch had a gelled tip badger hair. Let's go ahead and wet the face and get right into this. Hope everybody is doing well. I had a very nice Tuesday at work. I got a few errands done after work. I actually went around town doing a little bit of bottle hunting, bottle scouting, price scouting, whatever you might say. I've been invited to come on to BBS.Live's Instagram show, and specifically the one that they call the Uncorking, where they highlight a specific bottle of bourbon and talk about it and enjoy it, and they just kind of drink and bullshit with the community, and it's a lot of fun, and you can learn a few things as well as just interact with the community over some fine spirits, and there's nothing really better to do than that, really. So I was doing a little bit of bottle hunting, but I mostly was just price checking. I did come away with one bottle. I got a Woodford Reserve Double Oak for $52. Not too shabby, I don't think. Let me know if that's a terrible price point. But out of the 3 places I went in my town, I think that was the best out of the 3. And I'm familiar with that bottle, so I went ahead and picked it up. But I do consider myself a novice. I'm still learning, but I do have a little bit of awareness. Like, my feet are already in the water when it comes to bourbon and all that. All right, let's get back to the soap here. Absolutely gorgeous looking lather. I'm loving the weight of this lather. It definitely is substantial, and it feels very, very hydrated, very dense and creamy. I think Jennifer Marting, which is the soap maker behind Strike Gold Shave, I think she did a fantastic job. If you're wondering, the scent on this one is inspired by Dior Sauvage Elixir, which is a flanker to Sauvage. A very nice smelling fragrance indeed. Before we go any further, we got the Charcoal Goods Level 2 Double-Edged Safety Razor. There's a look at the profile and side shot. I don't know if it's going to actually show you, but it's focusing more on me. Anyhow, just trust me, I've used this plenty of times on the channel. This is the Charcoal Goods Level 2 with the Alpha Shaving Company Outlaw razor handle. Inside it, we got a Gillette Perma-Sharp blade. Okay, so Dior Sauvage Elixir, a flanker to Dior Sauvage, a very recent flanker, one that has not been done yet in the wet shaving space. So Strike Gold Shave can go ahead and add another notch to their belt on wonderful fragrance that they've introduced the wet shaving community to. Another first for them. Really, I think Strike Gold Shave, if they're not number one in bringing if they're not number one in bringing high quality fragrance dupes to the wet shaving world, some that are more high end and not as accessible, if they're not number one at it, they are high on the list. I have been giving them props for this accolade of theirs for quite some time. I'm a big fan of Strike Gold Shave. And you know what? It kind of, beyond always having fantastic products with fantastic fragrances that have not yet been introduced to the wet shaving world. Beyond that, Frank and Jennifer Martin have always been really good to me. I always see them being very good to their customers. Frank is one of those guys where it's like, if you're not satisfied, he will message you like relentlessly until he can make it right, one way or another. And this has been my experience with the guy. And I've also seen him do this with other people and heard stories of him do this with other people in the wet shaving community. Not just me, not just YouTubers, just other shavers in the community. Definitely gonna try to watch out for that blemish that I absolutely decapitated on my last shave 2 days ago. I'll try to find ways to go around it, even if that part doesn't get shaved as well as the rest. Sometimes we have obstacles in our shaves and we gotta do our best to work around them. Okay, pass one went phenomenal. I can report that this shit is good. No joke. If he took a step back in the ingredients list somewhere, I didn't directly compare the two and, pick them apart yet. But if he took a step back somewhere, I cannot really tell. Excuse me. Just had dinner on my second beer. Gonna grab some more lather. But yeah, if he took a step back somewhere, I cannot tell. That is one dense ass, creamy ass lather. Very slick. It, I'm telling you right now, this is checking all the boxes. We'll see how it does against the grain. But I'd be lying if I said I don't expect this to pass with flying colors. You just know when you've been shaving long enough. You just know when something is of super high quality, and damn it, this stuff feels great, especially in combination with this Odin's Beard Badger Brush. I was just talking to, I believe it was James D, a subscriber of mine, also JD Shaving on Instagram. I'll try to link it in the description of this video if I remember. His Instagram, that is. Thank you, James D, for always commenting and being a faithful supporter of my channel. I appreciate you, brother. Okay, there's plenty of lather left in this shave bowl and in that knot, but we are caked up on the face, so we're just going to roll with this. Let's talk a little bit about the scent notes on this damn thing. Top notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, and grapefruit. It has the sole middle note of lavender, and then the base notes are licorice, sandalwood, amber, patchouli, and Haitian vetiver. To me, when I first cracked open the tub, I could definitely recognize and appreciate the original Sauvage DNA. But it's definitely a little darker, warmer, and spicier than that original. I cannot remember if I've actually smelt the real Dior Sauvage Elixir in person. At the moment, that's one area of my life where I'm kind of cutting back is fragrances. And so I probably could just hop into like a Macy's or something and smell it real quick. But I have not, at least not that I'm remembering. but I could smell the Sauvage DNA in this soap, but it definitely a little bit darker, warmer, spicier, and it smells fantastic. Like, to me, if this was a little bit colder time of year, and it doesn't have to be like super cold, but if it was a little bit chillier, like 65 and below, which we've already kind of passed that in my part of Washington State, I think this one would bang. Bang in the fall and winter and a little bit colder temps. I think this one would be an absolute banger in that situation. And since it's, Dior Sauvage, it's a banger regardless. It's one of the most popular, if not the most popular, widely available designer fragrances available. So it is a banger, a crowd pleaser by all rights. The shave is going just exactly the way I needed it to. Wonderful soap base that I've never used before. Very impressed with it. Very, very pleased that Strike Gold Shave has found little ways to save a little money and share those savings with their customer base. That is something that you do not see every artisan doing. Some artisans are going the other direction, even when a lot of us are tightening our belts and, cutting back on our hobbies because we got bills and gas prices and everything else going on. And I think Strike Gold, noticing that problem and addressing it by finding ways to cut back on the price of their products, that's just fucking awesome. It's something to be uplifted and applauded and supported if you can afford to support it. Yeah, just phenomenal, man. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lather off the face. I do think them going back to these tubs might have been one way that they saved a little bit of money. Also on the labeling, that side label being a little bit smaller, less of a footprint, less detail on it. Maybe another way that they possibly saved a little bit of money. I'm positive that they did something with their ingredients list on this new soap base, that they found ways to save a little bit of money and pass those savings on to us. I just think that was just fucking awesome of Strike Gold Shave. Another reason, on top of many, many, many reasons, why I really appreciate Frank Misa in this wet shaving world, and Jennifer Marting for that matter, because without her coming up with these awesome soap bases, all we'd have is Frank's excellent nose and business sense and customer service to go off of, which really, he makes fantastic hand-tied badger knots for your brushes. He also is a fantastic honer if you're into straight razors. I've used both services myself. I can vouch for him. I completely endorse Strike Gold Shave. One of my favorite brands for a long time running now. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you could probably come to that conclusion. But rest assured, I'm not just blowing smoke up Frank's ass when I say this new base is fucking awesome. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the lather, really. That was a fantastic soap base. Even on my first run with it, that shit looked choice. It looked mint. It looked beautiful. And it performed fantastically. Very smooth, very dense, very luxurious. Scent strength is bold and banging. A wonderful, wonderful choice by Strike Gold Shave. They could have just done Sauvage, which has been done 1,000 times over. They chose to do the Flanker, which actually has received a lot of praise. So smart move by them. They kind of took out 2 birds with 1 stone on that one, really. All right, let me put my gear to the side here. We'll grab a little bit of this Aftershave Splash. This is not the matching Aftershave, but I really should pick up the matching Aftershave. This one is Uncle Jumbo, which is based off of another fantastic fragrance. Uncle Jumbo is Parfums de Marly Layton, and Strike Gold Shave, guess what, was the first one to bring Layton to the wet shaving world. Way before Declaration Grooming. For those of you who did not know, give Frank props where props are due. Uncle Jumbo, a fantastic scent. I was devastated when I lost my duffel bag during my travels. It actually had Uncle Jumbo EDP in my duffel bag, and I fucking lost that. And I really, really need to grab another bottle of that, because boy do I miss it. Alright guys, now I'm smelling like a fucking snack. If it wasn't so damn late, I'd go out and pick me up a one-night stand. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Please go check out this new base from Strike Gold Shave. I think it is a wonderful deed that they did for the wet shaving community, and I think it is to be applauded and shouted out. So that's me talking to you. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one.